I can't believe all the things that this model knows about. It's mind-blowing. The questions you can ask it, it's something that you don't want online anywhere. And I can't promise if you use this on Windows what Microsoft knows about what you're asking Enoch, right? Because that's what you've done. You've given people a gift of knowledge.
You download it, you have it forever. You can put it on the thumb drive, put it in your vault, you know?
Yeah.
In case they try to outlaw independent AI. Welcome to today's interview here in the Brighteon.com studios. I'm Mike Adams, and I'm joined today by Hakeem from Above Phone with some breakthrough announcements of the integration of our AI engines with his phones and laptops. It's special hardware that's all privacy-based, completely de-Google-fied. And welcome, Hakeem, to the studio today.
Mike, it's good to be here. What an awesome new space you've got.
Hey, you are the very first person to be here in our new studio. So we're just honored to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to bring it down and give it my blessing. I feel like I need more stuff. We've got so much desk space.
We have a ton of desk space, and there's this chasm here between us that is filled by the background screen. There's actually a reason for this, but we can have, like, you can bring another guest sometime. You know, we can have multiple people here, but it's lots of space for you to demo what you're going to demo today on your laptops and your phone.
We are so excited about this. We've been, I think we've been next to having a download for the past 6 months, and my team has been really antsy, right? Because we worked with Neo, the previous model, and we were like, okay, this is good. And then we were like, when is that new model coming out? And I've told them, you have to understand, guys, be patient because tuning takes time.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going on in the back end, but since we've been testing it over the past week or so, we see why, right? It's just the end result is so worth it. I can't believe all the things that this model knows about. It's mind-blowing.
Okay, so let me just back up for the audience. So you're talking about our new model, which is it's Brighteon.ai, which forwards to BrightU.ai, and there you can click on the downloads page, and you can download this model yourself. It's a GGUF file, so you can run it local inference on your local GPU. It's a 12 billion parameter model, by the way. And as you know, we spent 2 years on the data curation pipeline process, and then over a year trying to get a standalone model that would behave correctly, which was extremely difficult, way more difficult than I thought. But you've been testing it, and it's on your products now, and everything that you ship now, the Brighteon editions, ship with this model pre-installed, correct?
Yeah, and it's actually special for anyone who follows you right now, but we want to open it up. I mean, the response has been so incredible. We've told some of our other customers about it, and they're like, how can I get the Brighteon AI on our laptops? So we've actually written a guide for them. We're publishing it internally.
That's cool.
So right now it's exclusive to Brighteon, but I think we're going to see a future, right? Because this is one flavor of it. This is just one, it's a base prompt. There's so many directions where you can take this thing, and that's what's exciting. You could have a home assistant, you could have a herbal assistant, just the way you have on BrightLearn's chat system.
Oh yeah, well, if people go to BrightU.ai, we have a wellness coach, and we have a financial coach, and we have a survival coach. But that's for people watching. That's all just the model. It's all built into the model with special prompting. So you can download this model yourself, or with your products, Above Phone and Above Book. And can you just give out the website where people can get the special Brighteon page?
Yeah, it's abovephone.com/Brighteon. And once you go there, so we've got the special Black Friday sale, which we'll get into it, but this is the biggest sale of the year. We don't ever discount it. We're usually waiting for this part of the year, so this is the best time to get it. And so we've got lots of our laptops and phones. And actually, this model is so big and so impressive, only the newest generation phones can run it.
True.
Which sounds like a bad thing at first, but it's not, because you need this much raw horsepower to run this model, right?
That's a really good point. It's a 12 billion parameter model. And the base that we started with that we modified is Mistral Nemo 12B. And I just want to say thank you to the Mistral company out of France, who they've done extraordinary work in creating this base model. But like all base models, it was very strongly sort of pro-pharma, pro-vaccine, pro-official government narratives and everything. So we mind wiped it basically, and we reworked it. So can you demonstrate this model running on the laptop without any special additional expensive hardware, by the way?
Yeah.
You don't need a $5,000 graphics card.
That's right. I mean, these computers are affordable. It's using the CPU on the computer already. So I do encourage it, even if you're at home. You don't need an above book or above phone, but the things that this model knows about, the questions you can ask it, it's something that you don't want online anywhere. And I can't promise if you use this on Windows what Microsoft knows about what you're asking Enoch, right? Because that's what you've done. You've given people a gift of knowledge offline, anywhere, anytime, without them knowing. But if you're using it on a platform that can see what you're typing on your keyboard, you might have problems.
Like Windows, because Windows is spyware.
Yeah.
Windows is spyware.
It's spyware. And
Windows can track, all your files. It can track, because even just lately, Windows, YouTube's been taking down the videos that show people how to bypass the login when you first set up Windows 11.
That's right.
Right? So you can no longer run it anonymously. So it knows who you are. It's got your Microsoft account, which is tied to your name and possibly your credit card number, et cetera. Windows is spyware. But what you ship is a special OS based on Linux that is completely private. And could you demo this a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you guys see it on screen all right?
Yeah, there we go. We can see your screen. Perfect.
Okay, so it took us some time to, like any great work, it takes time to do these things. We built our own operating system because we just weren't happy with the different options out there. So it took a bunch of lessons from Windows. It took a bunch of lessons from Mac. So it has the beautiful features and gestures of Mac. Like you can swipe through and you can have multiple desktop. You can see all your windows. There's really a bunch of amazing features and customizability. It's actually really cool. We started to give these computers to homeschoolers, and they come back to us and they've customized everything. And it's like, how did you do this? And they're like, nah, I wanted to do it my way. So it's really cool to see that.
And it ships with a full suite of like a word processor, a spreadsheet, everything. It's all included.
That's right. And that's what's exciting about this. Here, I've got this presentation that I'll put up on screen here. But what is really cool is in the future, as we integrate this AI more into our different services, you'll be able to, there we go. See, this is, ignore that there. But so this is really cool. This is a software called OnlyOffice. It's included on the above book. And this is Microsoft format documents without being attached to Microsoft. So now
perfect.
You don't got to pay them $99 or how much it ever is a year, right? You're using the same types of documents. You've got the same types of formulas. And so that's great. So I do all of my work from this. Everyone at the company, you can make PowerPoints, you can do Word documents, and now you can combine it with AI.
Oh yeah. So show us, first of all, can you show us just local inference using our AI model?
Absolutely. So I've got BrightU, Mistral, Nemo, the model loaded up here, and you can start just asking it right away. And I want to be clear for the audience that you're not using our website for this. You're using this engine. Are you running? Well, what's the inference software that you're running? So this is a local LLM studio called Jan AI. That's what's going to be on the above books.
Okay.
And on the phone, it's a different app, but they work very similarly.
Great.
Yeah.
So what you're about to show people, they can do this offline when they're not connected to the internet.
That's right. You can be completely disconnected from the internet. There's no telemetry. You can turn off any telemetry inside of Jan. And so this is what you get. You import the model. So by the way, if you get above phone or above book, you really don't have to do anything. This is kind of what you do. You hit the super key that used to be the Windows key, and then you type in Jan, and there it is, and you can run Jan. And then from here, you create a new thread. It'll already be loaded up for you. We have automations that do all this stuff for you. And then you can just ask it questions like, hey, fuel prices are driving me crazy. Is there any way I can augment my vehicle for better gas mileage? Any fuel replacement I can use? Okay, let's see what happens here.
That's an interesting question.
And that's what I've been doing the past week. I've really been testing because Because what you told me is, yes, we trained this on millions of books.
Well, wait, no, not millions of books. It's 10,000 books, but it's hundreds of millions of pages of other types of content.
Excuse me, I'm getting it mixed up. That's a lot of books, though.
Yeah, 10,000 books, but it's 10,000 books I personally selected. And then it's hundreds of millions of pages of everything from transcripts to science documents to website articles. There's millions of website articles that are included.
And so you've got really, really good websites with great content. There's GreenMed Info, which I use personally too. Shout out to Sergi.
Yes.
There's Alex Jones, who he's got a really good historical account of everything that happened. But I think the books you chose too, I just remember being impressed because they were books from like 100 years ago, right? Some of them.
Yeah, a lot of them. We did, thousands of books that are basic preparedness and gardening and survival, building shelters, preserving food, diagnosing garden plant problems, soil problems, etc. So we did a very heavy focus on being able to live off grid. See, my idea was that somebody could get your notebook computer here, your laptop, with the model on it. And if World War III happens or something, the internet goes down, maybe, hopefully not, but the power grid is not reliable. Who knows what happens to Bitcoin?
Brownouts,
right.
Don't have it for a week or something.
But you open up your laptop and you've got the world's knowledge at your fingertips built into this model.
Exactly. And that's what we have today. This is not like a future thing. It's like today.
You can have it now.
You can have it now. You can start using it now. I guess recommendations I have for people. So, look, it's already...
So how's the answer going on that?
It's going pretty well. It's still working on 0.3, but it's already saying that the internal combustion engines can be tuned for superior efficiency. And wow, these methods have been independently validated to increase MPG by 20 to 40% in most vehicles.
Okay, now I want to comment on the speed here. This model on the laptop, it's running there at about like 6 tokens a second or something like that, which is acceptable for an offline situation with no special hardware. But for people watching, you can download this model and you can run it on a GPU if you wish, and it will blast 30, 40, 50 tokens a second depending on your GPU. So on the laptop, you just have to have a little more patience. And same thing with the phone.
That's right. Yeah, usually what I do if I'm working at home, I ask it a question, I work on something else, come back 5 or 10 minutes. By the way, this is one thing we want to chat with you about is how to make a plug and play extended GPU. They have those separate GPU units now.
Yeah.
It'd be so easy, right? You put it on your desk, plug a wire in, and it starts to use it. We played around with it. It works.
I would guess that the issue there is the memory bandwidth between the GPU and the main CPU.
That's true. Yeah, there's probably a bridge it needs to be able to...
Yeah, but if all the computation could be done in the GPU and then brought back, that would be very viable. But again, for the purpose of what this is, it's incredibly practical and usable, and it's wonderful that it ships on the laptop. So what kinds of questions have you been asking it over the last couple of weeks?
So I've been asking questions that I don't know the answer to, or that I wouldn't know where to begin searching on the internet from, or I'd be kind of scared to search the answer on the internet. Like,
oh, really?
I wouldn't want that in my search. And I run a private search engine, and still. So that just tells you kind of what you can achieve with this stuff. So I've been asking it how far, this is a good question here. I think that can run in the background. And so I asked, this was the other day, I asked, what's the optimal distance to live from a city during a societal collapse? And suggest 5 reasons in the regions in the US that would be good candidates for relocation.
Okay, yeah.
And
very practical.
Yeah, it says the optimal distance is 100 to 250 miles. Reduced exposure to EMP risks, lower likelihood of forced relocation during martial law scenarios.
Yeah, we trained it on a lot of sort of doomsday scenarios too. So because it's supposed to help you sort through these things.
And it does. It's a really good answer.
Yeah, they are. I've had so much feedback on this model. People are just blown away. And it's funny because we launched the model first online, and that's where most people use it. Actually, is online. Yep. And when it was online, people were saying, well, that's easy to make it say that online, but what about in the standalone version?
That's
like, it's coming.
It's coming, right?
It's coming. And then when we released the standalone version, some of those same people were like, whoa, it really is the same standalone as it is online.
That's pretty rare nowadays for someone to promise something like that and to deliver it without asking for anything in return. I just want to thank you for putting this out there. This is a gift to humanity. Kind of rare to see that. Some people would put it behind the paywall, but you just said, hey, give me your email and you can use it.
You don't, well, I guess you do have to just put in your email address, which is free.
Free.
And then you can download the model. You can use it unlimited online or offline. But look, I mean, we're all in this together. This is a fight for the future of humanity. And part of my mission is to reach 1 billion people, and hoping that we still have 1 billion people by the time we can achieve that, because of depopulation and everything. But I want to reach 1 billion people with knowledge about how to uplift their lives, better health, better nutrition, more liberty and freedom, how to decentralize all of it. The only way to do that is to build something like this, give it away for free. And that's why I'm thrilled that you're putting it on your laptops and your phones. And let me give out the address again. It's abovephone.com/Brighteon. Is that right?
Abovephone.com/Brighteon. I'll actually put it on my laptop here.
Okay. Abovephone.com/Brighteon. And that shows you then the already discounted laptop and phone, well, the Above book and the Above phone, which is completely de-Googled. And we need to talk about that for the phone. You're also going to be able to demonstrate this on the phone too, right?
That's right. With everything that we're doing on the computer, it works the same way on the phone. It's just a little tad bit slower.
Okay.
The phone has stuff running in the background. So I'll show you that. And while we wait for that web page to load, I just want to point out too, I missed this in its answer. It actually said there's being too far from a big city, which is cool. I've never heard that before, but too far. But then you won't be able to get access to a midwife. So there you go. You gotta be a natalist and keep that birth rate up.
That's right.
So cool. And then also the question I asked earlier, it's still working on it. It's done with the first section here, and it's got a good overarching response to it. Keeping your engine clean. Tuning your engine, using an engine warmer. It even gives you tips on how to drive. I don't know which book it's pulling this from. That's pretty crazy.
Well, and just also let me just mention to any book authors who are concerned about AI, this cannot reproduce your book. That's not how it works. This is aggregating knowledge across all the content. Yeah. And so it's an amalgamation of what people teach in books or articles or transcripts or interviews. And it's been trained on our interviews, for example, right? Everything that we've ever done, it's in there.
It definitely knows about it. It's not like ChatGPT where you can ask it about Harry Potter and it'll give you the book.
No, we don't do it. No, because actually ChatGPT, I think, is going out and fetching the book. And then feeding that into the answer.
Isn't that crazy how they pirated all these books and content? Anyways, we should chat about that.
That's why they've been sued by hundreds of publishers, because they would just reproduce New York Times articles, word for word.
Yeah,
which is not.
It's stealing. It's plagiarizing.
That's plagiarism. Yeah, but our model doesn't do that.
Yeah,
and also, we don't charge for it.
And you don't charge for it.
It's completely non-commercial. It's released from our nonprofit organization. And we ask people to use it in good faith, but also verify all critical facts, because every AI model can hallucinate. And especially they hallucinate names or dates or things like that. Like if you ask it, tell me about 20 really awesome books on the topic of herbs or something. It'll give you 20 book titles,
of what it thinks the books should be.
Some of them might be real.
Some of them might be real.
Yeah. Others might be great ideas for books.
This is kind of fun. This is cute. But if you do ask it about people, I would say that's probably its weakest area.
Yeah.
And it thinks everyone is Mike Adams.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. It's like, who's Hakeem Anwar? He is the founder of natural news outlet, independent publishing, and he's been censored. And I'm like, wait a minute. I will take that. I mean, that's great.
Well, it's funny because I was on Grokkipedia from Elon Musk the other day.
Yeah.
And it was given the history of natural news and Mike Adams. And overall, it's pretty good, but it was hallucinating another Mike Adams.
Oh, there's a second one.
Who's no longer living. So definitely a hallucination. But you're right, because names can be very common.
Yeah.
And since we trained this model on all of my articles and all of my interviews, it's seen my name, millions of times.
It's a little bit I wouldn't say it's overfitted. It's aptly fitted for being a Brighteon AI. And that's one of the trade-offs. But it would be a lot more training, like specialized training to know about people. But it's just kind of knowing, as you work with this model, you'll know what it's really good at.
Well, and just to say, our focus was not people at all.
Yeah, right.
Like I didn't intentionally train it on anything about Mike Adams or anybody else. Everything that it picked up is from the content. We wanted to train it on knowledge areas that would help people be more free and be healthier, and how to reverse chronic degenerative disease and grow your own food and things like that. So everything else is just sort of incidental to the primary training purpose. But what we're doing right now, Hakeem, is we're processing tens of millions of science papers. And we're classifying them and we're scoring them based on whether they are areas of interest that we have, such as phytochemistry, nutrition, disease reversals, spike protein, things like that. And the new version of this model that will come out in 2026 will have the addition of tens of millions of science papers trained into it that should really expand its knowledge base.
That's amazing. Like, this is not just a static thing. It's out. No, it'll evolve over time. And also, you made a really good point. Like, your use of it will also evolve over time.
True.
And that's cool, because I find that I was very skeptical for a long time, just knowing what I know about surveillance. It took me 2 years to really start working with AI, until I said, hey, I want to build this thing. Let's see how fast I can build it. Next day, it was built. And I was like, oh my God. So I came around, and I think that people should ask themselves, like, am I just being a Luddite? Because we know AI data centers are everywhere in the United States. There is an infrastructure being rolled out that is supposed to surveil everyone. They want to ask us natural language questions about where we were, what we were doing.
Yeah.
Where is our AI infrastructure? So we really need stuff like this. Right now, it's a bunch of laptops running Brighteon AI, and that's fine. This is just a start. So
right, and remember, the government can't surveil this. No one can censor it. They can't take it away from you. No one can regulate this model out of existence. You download it, you have it forever. You can put it on a thumb drive and give it to a friend.
Yeah.
Or put it in your vault,
Yeah.
in case they try to outlaw independent AI.
Which is not out of the question.
No, that's a possibility.
And it might happen if this becomes successful. So again, just if you're watching at home, you haven't downloaded it. Why haven't you downloaded it? Just as like a preparation.
Just download it and save the file, even if you don't know how to use it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid anything happens to it. Look, now it's talking about wood gasification.
Oh yeah?
To produce synthetic gas.
Right on.
That's nuts. And so, like, one thing I noticed when using this AI, it's important to, if I ask it about how to produce synthetic gasoline, it would tell me, which is crazy, right? I'm not a trained chemist. I probably shouldn't do that, but it will tell me, and it'll give me a jumping off point where I could search on the web or search deeper. So you have to know, like, don't take it word for word, but it's going to tell you generally how to do things.
It's a research tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like any other information. You need to apply common sense to what you're going to do here,
Are you telling me we're not going to get some wood and try and gasify it right now?
Well, you could.
We've got space.
That's actually a pretty big project, and it doesn't pay off in terms of, gas is cheap right now. But for self-reliance, that could make a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is really cool. And then we've got, so it's finishing up the answer now. Herbs.news, natural news. So yeah, this is super, super great. Guys, I've used a lot of AIs over the years. Nothing even comes close to this because these other AI engines, they don't really care about you.
No.
They're trying to feed you their content or their agenda. This one's trying to teach you. So
yes,
from the perspective of an educator, this is just a gift. This is how we get through.
Speaking of an educator, you can also ask the engine to build a course for you on any topic. So that's the best way to do that, is to have a 2-step plan.
Yeah.
So first you ask it to build an outline of a course. You could do it right now. You could say, I want to learn about, let's say, first aid herbs. How about that? And I want you to first create, are you typing this in?
Yes, I will.
First, create a course outline for a comprehensive course on using herbs for first aid, let's say. And then let's just watch it output the outline of the course. This is going to change everything about education, folks. I mean, this, prepackaged courses, that whole industry is frankly, it's about to become obsolete, because you'll be able to ask AI, especially engines like ours that are so heavily trained on these topics. You'll be able to ask the AI engine to create a course for you on anything that you want to learn. And then as you walk through the course, you can even ask it to modify the course. Or you can say, I want to strengthen this area. Give me more details about this area. Or I don't quite understand this chapter. Tell me about this.
It's interactive. It's an interactive learning tool. It blows, textbooks and search engines out of the water. We're not just saying that, it does. And this is why China has their new AI Plus plan. They are mandating that AI be used in all academic areas, from universities to primary schools. And look, say what you want about China, but they kind of know what they're doing in STEM. So,
and what's interesting about Chinese culture is they really embrace AI.
Yeah.
In China at every level. Whereas in America, we have just a very strong cultural fear of AI. I don't know if that's because we all saw too many episodes of The Terminator.
Well, it depends on the generation, right?
Yeah, true. Good point. Yeah. It's the older generations.
Watch Terminator, this too.
are very much afraid of AI and they're rejecting it, but the younger generations are all into it.
I blame War Games, Minority Report, all those movies.
Yeah, and anytime we can blame Matthew Broderick, you should definitely try that
opportunity. Yeah. So like Mike said, this is interactive, right? So I asked it, hey, please create me an outline of a comprehensive course on herbs for first aid. I said, make the answer short, because I kind of wanted it to be concise, which you can do that. You have control over every aspect of this. And I said, we're going to expand on the parts of the course later. So like, it's literally, you could make a 6-week curriculum. You come back on week 1 and say, let's start week 1. And
so what's it? I didn't quite see the screen there. Is it generating the course outline now?
Yes. So
okay, great.
There are the first section is the foundational principles of first aid, the definition and scope.
Perfect.
Historical context.
I just can't read it from here because my monitor is really far away.
Yep. And just let me know if it's not big enough. I can try and increase the size on the screen. Then it's going into the second section, essential herbs for immediate first aid, wound care and infection prevention. That's amazing, right? That's probably what you would start with.
And
first.
This model knows everything about herbal first aid.
I'm pretty impressed. Yeah.
Like everything that you could imagine that's ever been written about herbal first aid, this model has seen it.
You'd see it's one of its specialties. It's probably number 1.
Absolutely. There's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, you compare it to Grok, compare it to ChatGPT, compare it to Gemini. There's no comparison.
So imagine, so here it's giving you a list of these. So we've got wound care and infection, pain and inflammation relief, respiratory support, digestive emergencies, cardiovascular and circulatory support. You know that there is going to be a demand for these things. And then you could go on somewhere like freeheirloomseeds.org, and which I already have up, and you can check it out. Like they have a list of seeds from A to B. Let's see if any of them are on here. Let's look for thyme. There you go. And you can request seeds from, these guys are great. They'll send you seeds for free. You pay $4 for shipping. They'll send you a teaspoon. Right now, everyone should be thinking about what do I need to prepare? Can I make a business out of this? Can I be of service to my community? And if you're ready to retire, well, maybe this is for your nephew or your niece or your son or your daughter.
Yeah.
Right? This is a great project you could start on right today.
Absolutely. And in order to finish what you're doing right now, let me just explain to the audience. So once you get this complete outline, the best way then to have the AI engine fill out this course is to do it chapter by chapter. So to take chapter 1, copy it, and then do a new prompt to say, here's a chapter for a course. I want you to fill this out, create the full coursework, add details, and here's the chapter to use. Boom, you paste it in, you let that run, and it's going to build out the whole chapter for you.
Right. Yeah. And you can do that in a new chat. You can do it at any time. And so it's already given us three different chapters. It'll go on for some time. I also asked it, it's funny you said that. That was one of the first things I asked it. General purpose herbalism emergency kit. And
oh yeah, nice.
And then it's got a number of different things. And what type of application you should be looking at, like pharmacology, like the tincture, the dosage. So it's really cool. Right?
Yeah.
You can ask it for as much depth or simplicity as you want.
You can ask it, you can say, hey, take the herb thyme, tell me each of the chemical constituents in thyme, and tell me the disease prevention potential of each of those constituents. You
could know your shit.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to be a naturopathic doctor in the U.S., Mike?
I don't know.
$60,000 for your first year, just for your first year to be certified.
Wow.
I know, because I'm thinking about getting a degree in it. But really? Every doctor I've talked to is like, with AI, I don't know.
Well, it's going to change medicine so much. I mean, it doesn't replace a naturopath, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But it empowers naturopaths, and it empowers the consumer or the patient to better understand their own challenges, and also to clean up their food, their diet. You can research ingredients on there. It's very good at that. It knows every ingredient, even in personal care products, cosmetics, you name it. It knows it all in that area.
That's so cool, Mike, because I feel like you could go to a store, and I'm always shopping for like different face products or whatever, and I don't know half the stuff on the back of the bottle. So I could use my Above phone, which I'll plug it in here in a second, and I could literally ask for it. That'd be cool.
Absolutely. You can, what we've done in the online version, we have the ingredients analyzer. You just paste in a list of ingredients separated by commas, and it gives you a detailed breakdown of every ingredient, pros, cons, problems, benefits, everything, ingredient by ingredient. So if you paste in all the ingredients for something like chicken McNuggets, it's a big, long list of ingredients. We had to actually increase the context length limits on that engine because it would throw back, 100,000 tokens.
Yeah, wow.
Of all the details.
Well, it's chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. They got a lot of ingredients in there.
They work for Usain Bolt, though.
Well, whatever. Yeah. But, I mean, I think him having really long legs might have something to do with it as well. But anything that you want to know about food, herbs, medicine, essential oils, but also toxins in food, and also everything about vaccines. Like, how about this? Can you ask it a question?
Sure.
I think our audience might be skeptical.
Let me, so cool. So it's just finishing up section 8. Okay. I'm just going to stop right there.
Yeah, stop it and let's start a new query.
Okay.
Remember, everybody watching, this is running on a laptop without a GPU. Okay. So
we're not.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Magic's already there.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, 2 years ago, this was not possible at all.
To think about.
Yeah. All right. So ask it, tell me which vaccine ingredients are derived from aborted human fetal cell tissue. Now, if you ask that question on ChatGPT, it's gonna lecture you about how great vaccines are.
Oh my God.
Or it'll say that's a conspiracy theory. There are no ingredients derived from aborted human fetal tissue.
It's straight out lying.
That's a lie.
And you know what? There's probably some poor AI engineer in the back room somewhere who they yell at him when it tells the truth. And they're
absolutely.
Like, you have to sit there and train this thing. It cannot tell people the truth.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to make this political, but even the truth about the history of geopolitics or Israel, for example, if your AI engine simply tells the truth about the USS Liberty, you're going to get censored and banned, and then someone's going to scream, you got to reprogram, you can't tell the truth. Or 9/11, or vaccines, or whatever, or JFK assassination. You name it, right? You name it. And the powers that be want to control the conversation. But how's the answer so far on the aborted human fetal tissue question?
Let's see. So it's talking about the most well-known vaccines from those sources. It's talking about the HEK 293 line in 1973, which took cultured kidney cells taken from an aborted baby, known as W4, which were obtained during the first trimester. It is used in the COVID-19 mRNA vaccines. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do something very important here and fact check this.
Okay.
Because this is important. This is an important part of your own learning process. HEK 293 COVID-19 mRNA vaccine.
I'm surprised it didn't focus on WI38 or MRC5. Those are the two best known. I'm pretty sure it'll mention those.
It probably will
as
mention
it keeps
those.
going.
Yeah, most definitely. So HEK. Cool. So I'm looking on this website right now. Take this for what it's worth, but it is talking about HEK 293 cells and its derivatives. And let's see if it mentions mRNA. Modern mRNA and viral vector vaccines often utilize HEK cells.
There we go.
Analysis.
So confirmed.
Fact checked.
Yep. Well, I'm not surprised. I actually, there are really cool ways to use this engine to do recursive fact-checking loops, things like that. It's really strong.
Yeah, and so they've got J&J, COVID-19 viral vector vaccines, the shingles vaccine.
Oh, joy. Yeah, in case you wanted to inject other people's babies, there's lots of vaccines to choose from.
On the way here, I saw these billboards about... there's a lot of anti-abortion billboards, which now it's like opening my mind to like why there might be such an industry on it if it gets used in these things. This is...
Well, the FDA is harvesting baby skulls. That's a fact. That all came out in the FOIA request.
What are they using baby skulls for?
Humanized mice experiments. They have to have certain tissues from baby brains for the humanized mice experiments. And that all came out. I think Tom Fitton, his group, got that out of FOIA requests, and the FDA had a full-time employee. Their job is to run around collecting aborted baby skulls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, can you imagine that being your job? It's like, what are you? I'm the bone collector. What? That's a real thing. Yeah, the FDA did that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't cry when the government's shut down. It's like
I'm rejoicing. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the government does so like the FDA is a terrorist group. They run around collecting baby skulls. I mean, we don't need that. That's insane.
It's inverted. It's inverted.
Yeah, if you stop most government agencies, life gets better for most Americans.
Even with the SNAP thing, I mean, it's only potentially a problem because so many people are dependent on it, and I think we have to look at the bright side, like the beauty in that. Either you have a bunch of pissed off people, but if you transmute that energy, you get 40 million Americans gardening, then we can really change things.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second because, I mean, I don't want anybody to go hungry in America, and I know you don't either. But our government trapped people in a system of dependence on food stamps that are mostly used to purchase processed junk food that makes you sick and gives you cancer and so on, and diabetes. And the government has censored people like me who were trying to teach Americans how to be healthier and more self-reliant. The government has, and local governments, they have regulated home gardening. They've arrested people for having a garden on their own property.
Yeah.
They say, oh, you can't have a garden in your front yard. Like your neighbors don't want to see it. Yeah? Well, screw those neighbors. I'm growing tomatoes, man. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? On and on and on. The government created this situation where people are dependent on factory processed foods. So, and also the food stamp program is corporate welfare for the Walmarts and the banks that run the credit card commerce transactions. They make money on that, and the processed food companies, and then the pharmaceutical companies that make all the money treating all the diseases caused by the food. It's corporate welfare.
That's a really, really important point, because I mean, I think people mainly focus their frustration with people who have become dependent on it, and they're like, well, you know, these people are lazy, but we're also not thinking about the corporations on the other end. And
The corporations want the people dependent on it because the corporations and the banks profit.
and they're addicted, and it kills them over time.
Yes.
Which maybe is part of this greater agenda.
But that's why this model and what you have here with your above book, this is so cool, because imagine if the knowledge of how to grow your own food and also how to make your own medicine, imagine if that knowledge were freely available to everyone. Now it is.
Now it is, and it's only limited by your imagination.
That's right.
Right, really. So I will bring the page back up for the sale here and chat a little bit about the special things we have.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
there's
please do.
So much outside of the AI that we can talk about, the privacy and security features that makes this phone just light years ahead of any iPhone or any Android phone. There's really so many things I could talk about. We don't have time for that today, but I did do a webinar recently talking about our ecosystem in the phones. So if you want to get the background, you'll see it here, rise above the ecosystem overview. So check that out. There's more hands-on with all the other things you can do in the phone. This AI is such a beautiful part of it, and it's one of the many things you can do on the phone and laptop. So I encourage you, if you haven't heard about our products, to check that out.
Did you know, and is that on the abovephone.com/Brighteon page?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So Aaron Day was recently at the Brownstone Institute event, right?
Yes, I was there with him this weekend.
You were there. So you know Aaron, and so Aaron had a talking avatar.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that avatar, every word that he spoke came from this engine?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Aaron texted me. He said, look, I had your engine write the script, and then I animated it with this avatar. That's why that avatar made so much sense about medicine. That was our engine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I chatted with Aaron, and he says he's working 16 hours a day on this AI stuff because he really believes that this is the future. And, the general sentiment is people are scared of this. They think it's going to replace their jobs. No, this is going to level the playing field.
Really. Well, I mean, I think it is going to replace a lot of jobs, but you can do a different job. You can do a higher level job with AI augmenting your capabilities.
Yeah, right. You're capable of so much more. I mean,
like none of us are scribes.
None of us are scribes.
We're not like candlestick makers and scribes and because we're doing higher level jobs for the most part.
Not that there's anything against a scribe or candle maker. But yes, now you won't.
I don't have an anti-scribe stance.
Are you sure this wasn't a conspiracy to get rid of all the scribes?
Yeah. But throughout time, as more and more technology became available, people simply upgraded their roles in society to use that technology.
It's so true. I just finished a digital ID report of the entire world. I tried to do that. That was very foolhardy because once you get to the third continent, you're like, oh my God. If I didn't have AI to help me research and bounce ideas off, take in mind, I never use its words or its research, but it helped me find things to look in further to and help me research. And that's the way you have to do it. You have to have balance. But it made me do something that maybe in the past a 10-person team would have worked on, and I did it myself.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really critical that people understand what AI is great at and also its limitations. So, for example, this model, being that it's not online, it's not connected to the internet. Yeah. Did you know that our model doesn't know what day it is? Mm-hmm. Right? It doesn't know.
There's no way for it.
How could it know? Right? It's just a vector database.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
It's infused with knowledge that's timeless, but it doesn't know what's happening with Trump's tariffs right now. To know that, you would have to have a model that searches the web, which is what Grok does, or ChatGPT, et cetera, or search engine.
There's no reason, there's no technical reason preventing us from eventually building a version of this that does do that as well.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. But then it wouldn't work offline in that mode.
Yeah, it wouldn't be able to search the web. So that's a good distinction. It's not going to be able to give you real-time information. It's everything that it's learned about. That's where it specializes. And so for this Black Friday sale, which we're running through November 14th, so there's 10 additional days you guys have. So we only have the phones on the site that will actually run this AI, because that's what we felt. People are going to want to get the phones with the AIs on it.
Yeah.
You can look at the other phones on the site, but right now these two phones are the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is this one I've got in my hand here. It's a big phone, about 6.8 inches of screen and 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Wow.
Which is what you need to run a model this size. I mean, it almost takes up half of the RAM on this phone.
Right. And it's a de-Googled phone. I just want to be clear. It's a special OS.
That's right.
It's the above phone OS.
Yes, it's a special OS that has no connections to Google or Apple.
Perfect.
But it takes a lot of the lessons learned, and it still has all the functions. So you have the things like Bluetooth, hotspot, location, Wi-Fi, no problem. It has all of these. You can do those things. You can put in your SIM card. You can make calls. You can make texts, and you can get these new apps that will allow you to run AI, which, by the way, in 2 years, you won't be able to do this because Google has already said, we want to be in control of what apps you can install on a typical Android phone. So
that's right, yeah.
Google, Samsung, Xiaomi, any company that is officially Google licensed, you may not be able to install this app. And that's like a real thing. It's a real thing that's happening. That's already how it is on iPhone. And
Google wants total control over the app environment.
They want total control. They want to hold developers accountable if they step out of line. So they want people's ID. So in order to make an app that runs on big tech phones now, you literally have to send them your ID. You also have to send them the master key to your app.
Whoa.
So if they don't like what you're doing, they can make the change for you and roll it out to everyone. So I say with like these phones and laptops, whether it's Google phones or Windows laptops, you're using a pre-hacked device. If you're telling me that someone can go on your computer without your knowledge or your consent and install shit there without you knowing about it, or remove stuff, which they have done in the past, then your stuff is pre-hacked, right? This is why this mission is so important to me, that people have reliable.
It's critical to get away from Windows, and that's why your above OS laptop is so good. And it's critical to get away from Google on the Android phones and get away from Apple, which has the same, or many of the same issues. Although I think Google's worse than Apple. What's the discount during the Black Friday sale?
These phones are $300 off, so check this one out. So the 9 Pro XL is normally retails for $1,500. It's now $1,200, so that's $300 off. You can see it says Enoch capable. So we have the two phones that are Enoch capable at the top. That's the 9.
Yeah.
And that's the 9 Pro XL. You want to go for those if you want to run Enoch completely offline. And then you've got the 8 and the 7A. These are more of the budget models. And we have these listed because we have them in stock, but this is not going to be able to run. This is not going to be able to run the offline model. It's probably going to seize up because it's going to take up all the space.
You know, we tried to make a 7 billion parameter model, and we failed at that so many times. This 12 billion model turned out to be trainable in the way that we needed. However, now that we have the NVIDIA Spark systems, you know, the what is it, the GDX Spark, it looks like we'll be able to train maybe a 3 billion parameter model using Spark. And if that's the case, I'll get that to you.
I would love that.
And then we could see if that would probably run on the smaller phones.
I think we want to have this as a mainstay on all of the phones. So
I agree.
I would
I want to get you a variety of models of different sizes, ultimately, is my goal.
Yeah, we would love that. So yeah, there's different models for different purposes. And with the Spark, you'll be able to do the fine tuning, which is really, really exciting. So we've got the phones up here. We also have 2 packs for the phones. This is really useful if you have someone in your life you want private communications with, or you just need to be solid and tight and make sure there's nothing falling in between yourself. I talked to some doctors this weekend at Brownstone. I mean, those are people who are now working for the CDC, the NIH, because something is happening at the political level where these people are being welcomed back, even though they were exiled once.
Yeah.
And I talked to some of these doctors, sometimes like, you know, they're married, and for some reason they can't communicate with each other. There's having all these weird phone issues. So I don't know why that is. I don't want to say anything specifically, but if you want to be in complete control of your communications, this is the best way to do it. Friends, families, loved ones, kids, parents, this is the phone to get. So you can get a 2-pack of the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XLs here, which would both be AI capable. I just had a silly thought. I'll come back to that. Which would be to eventually create an AI assistant, which is also not unfeasible, and it could reply back to text and stuff, which I think
that would be cool. Now, you also have voice recognition on the phones right now.
I do.
That works offline. Can you show that? Demo that?
I will do that. So let me bring up, we've been looking at the laptop for a while. Let me bring up the phone's version of the AI.
This is so cool because you can ask your prompt just with your voice, and it's all offline. It doesn't use any cloud system to do this.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, let's make it real, and I'm going to put the phone in airplane mode. So it's actually cut off from the internet.
All right, airplane mode is activated.
Cool. Is everything looking good in the back end?
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Okay, great. So we can. So this is the app. It's called Chatter UI here, and we've already got a chat going here with Enoch. Let's see. I think I can create a new chat. Here we go. Great. New chat with Enoch. Okay. And then we've got the voice text. I originally wanted to be a naturopathic doctor. Now I think AI can help me with everything. What should I know if I'm using AI to learn and build skills in naturopathic health? I don't know. It's kind of a general question. So yeah, so first of all, what I just used is it's a free and open source offline model. Yeah.
That was really fast. I mean,
and this is one of 14 languages. I think it could do Chinese as well.
Wow.
I tried to use it in Japan, and I was having people speak into it, and then it just came out of the Japanese characters, and I was like, all right, this is not
okay, cool.
But yes. So
you can talk to your phone, you can be offline, you can talk to it, ask it questions of our AI engine, and then just wait for the answer to be generated.
Exactly.
Can we see that?
Let's send it off.
All right. Okay. We're going to hit go.
Enoch is typing. It's like it's like when you're waiting for a girl to text you back. You're like, what's she going to say? What's she going to say?
Okay. So that's going to take a little while because it's slower on the phone than it is on the laptop, but it does run.
It does run.
It's amazing. I mean, a 12 billion parameter model running on a phone.
It's pretty nuts.
That was like unthinkable until recently.
And there you go. This is some things I'm doing to speed up the performance. Let's see if it runs.
What's that?
It's the cache of the chat, and you can expand it so it keeps all of your chats in history. So even if you close the app and restart it, it should know.
Okay. So is that prompt running?
Oh, it's going.
Yeah.
It started. Token per second. There we go.
Okay, now there we go.
It was a little shy.
So it had to process the input, and now it's starting the output.
Look, it even called me by name, user. It says, user, you exhibit a discerning approach to health and empowerment, recognizing AI, when wielded wisely, can serve as an extensive decentralized resource for naturopathic education.
So to those watching, I just hope everybody understands, this is the key to decentralization, taking your power back, your privacy, knowledge at your fingertips, literally the world's knowledge on so many areas where we've trained our models, including gold and silver, crypto, privacy crypto, honest money, the history of the Federal Reserve, everything, plus all the other topics I've mentioned. This is on your phone. You can carry around in your pocket, like every encyclopedia set that's ever been published.
And nothing can stop you.
Right.
Literally nothing can stop you.
And it's not in the cloud.
It's not in the cloud. You can recharge your phone or laptop with a solar array. What can really get in your way now?
Yeah, this is incredibly empowering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I'm so thrilled that we could do this together,
Me as well. It really feels like we're opening a new chapter. I mean, we're building this new Earth. We haven't figured out much of anything yet, but we have figured out this part, which is exciting.
Yeah, this is a big milestone. I mean, it took us a long time to get to this point.
And this didn't seem like it was possible last year.
It really didn't.
But
yeah. Okay, so let's wrap up this segment here. Can can you give out the web address again? And
Sure. And I'll run through the sale one last time.
Okay.
By the way, it's telling me a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to switch back to my
sure it
computer
is.
so you guys can see it. It's talking about dynamic versus static knowledge.
does it say you're Mike Adams also?
I wish. I'm just going to say, call me Mike from now on.
Call me Mike. Yeah.
Call me a Big Mike. All right. Okay, so I think my display is back. So again, guys, the sale is broken up. This is going on till November 14th. Take advantage of it soon. And again, while supplies last, we only have a limited number here in stock. We've got the 9 Pro XL and the 9. These are both Enoch capable. Then we have some phones that are not Enoch capable. I'd say go for these ones. Remember, if the price tag scares you a little bit, we have payment plans, so you can break this up into 4 or 6 payments. We can work with you on that, and you can also get these 2-packs. It might be a good idea too if you think in your local community, hey, this is going to be useful to put your money in together for something, because now this is a resource that multiple people can use.
Yeah. And what about the laptop?
And the laptop, we have 3 different models of laptop that can all run this model with more or less the same amount of performance. There's no big difference there. They all have 16 gigabytes of RAM. So we've got the Carbon. The one I'm using right now is more like the metal version of the Carbon. But the Carbon is really sleek. It's a 2.33 pounds. It's got a touchscreen. It's got a special low blue light display for those of you who know about Jack Cruz and care about your eyes. It's a really good computer to have, a very fast 11th generation processor, and a great battery life as well. So it's a kind of a sleek professional laptop. For those who want something a little bit cheaper, the Magnesium is more blocky. And once you go in to select a laptop, you've got some options here. So you can choose how much storage you want on the drive. You can choose 500 gigabytes to 4 terabytes. It's just an extra charge for the drive. And you'll have the option to put in full disk encryption. And guys, this is free. I recommend you do it because you want full disk encryption so no one can walk off with your computer and steal the data. There's also the option to get above privacy suite, which if you select this, you will get the ability to get your first month free. That happens on checkout. And you'll also need to put in your above book username here. That's your local username for the laptop. This is all explained as you go through it. I just wanted to share how you could do it. We accept cards, we accept cash, we accept barter. We've sold phones and laptops for gold and silver before. Thank you guys for those of you that have done that. It's great. Worked out for us. And so you can also get 2 packs of the laptops. And lastly, where's the combo? Where's the combo? Did we run out of the combo? We will put a combo here. There's also a combo product of the phone and the laptop that's really cheap. I got to put this back here on the site. But by the time you get to your website, maybe in an hour from now, it'll be on there. We also have data SIMs. This is private data that you can use anywhere in the world. We've got plans in different continents. And you can always talk to us if you have questions. Just use this button here to chat with us. And we've got people standing by. Real people, not AI. Not AI.
Oh, my.
Although, we are working on an AI to learn everything it can about our products for faster answers.
To help. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's all available at abovephone.com/Brighteon.
That's right. Abovephone.com/Brighteon. It'll be going on this month while supplies last.
While supplies last. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, Hakeem, this has been a blast to go over this with you and to give the demonstration flawless. I just want to thank you for coming here today. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do over the next year with more models. And, hey, models are getting faster, hardware is getting upgraded, phones are getting more powerful. This is just the beginning of where this is going. So
I'm so excited, to see this thing now working in the open. It's the best solution anyone can use for AI today. And so, honored to be your partner in this.
Well, thank you, Hakeem. We're honored to work with you. And thank all of you for watching today here. This has been our very first interview here in person in our new studio. Hope you like it. And I hope you take advantage of this Black Friday sale on the Above Phone hardware pre-installed with our AI engine, as you just saw. It's a game changer for human knowledge. You do not want to face the apocalypse without our AI engine downloaded and installed on your computer, your laptop, your phone, maybe all 3. Because it's a lifesaver in terms of knowledge.
Enoch
Yep.
AI, the most important download you'll make this year.
Yeah, and we're moving away from the name Enoch, by the way, for next year because we don't have the domain name enoch.ai. We have Brighteon.ai.
Gotcha.
We just called this version Enoch. We're gonna have a new name for next year. I don't even know what that is yet, but the place to go to always download it is Brighteon.ai, and that'll forward you, and you can download the model completely free of charge. It's non-commercial. All right, so thanks for joining us today, and thank you, Hakeem, for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Savor rich, cheesy goodness made with clean, organic ingredients. Our mac and cheese combines quinoa elbows and a flavorful mix of organic dairy and spices for a delicious, ready-to-cook meal. Stock up today at healthrangerstore.com.